Hey everybody, Nate here from WASD20. Welcome back. Today we are going to be taking a look at 3D printable terrain from Hobgoblin 3D. They sent me this pretty cool box full of goodies here, so we're going to be digging through this thing together and taking a look, and I'll tell you what I think. So here we've got some of the goods. I've got some miniatures off to the side here just for scale, and we'll start taking a look here. Now, just to clarify, when you buy stuff from Hobgoblin 3D, you are buying the files. You are downloading the 3D printable files so that you can print them yourself. The stuff they sent me here is not what they normally sell. These are just some prints they sent me because I don't have a 3D printer for review purposes. So, yeah, they have I think they said they have about an $800 3D printer that they use for theirs. You can buy 3D printers for much cheaper. They recommend some that are in the like $400 to $800 range, from what I could tell. So, yeah, we'll be taking a look here. Their stuff is all sold on drivethrurpg.com, which I will put a link to their product page down in the description below. That is also an affiliate link. So, yeah. Let's take a look. This one here is a wagon, and yes, the wheels actually spin. I can take a closer look at this thing here and see that it's pretty well made. When I look at it, I can definitely tell that this was 3D printed and not in something like a Reaper Bones material. That's going to be a much cleaner look overall. But for the table, for the purpose of adding some flavor to the table and just kind of getting some dungeon dressing and things like that, I think these are really great quality overall. There are some pictures of people who have painted some stuff. I have not painted any of them yet, but I'll put a picture up here so you can see that, yes, this stuff is easily paintable as well. Let's take a look at the next piece. Treasure chest. So this one's really nice looking treasure chest. Yep. Got some nice detail to it. Kind of a fancy looking thing. And it actually opens up, and there's actual treasure in there. It looks like a shield, a sword, maybe a skull or something, some books and goblets. I don't know. Yeah, cool stuff. You can definitely see again, you know, there's right here like a little hair sticking out there. So you get some of that 3D printer effect. I'm sure that those of you who are familiar with 3D printing have good ways to kind of clean that stuff up. Or maybe once you cover it with paint, it wouldn't really show that well, but yeah. And for scale here, you can see that this is a pretty good size wagon and chest here. Next up, we've got this really cool campfire. Look at this thing. I really like it. That's something that's useful. You know, the players make camp. You can put this out in the middle, and or you can just add it in a dungeon as some nice dungeon dressing too. The next piece here is a little coffin, I believe it is. It's almost, it could be an Iron Maiden type of thing, but not quite. It's kind of got a little bit of that feel to it. But yeah, overall, it's a nice looking little coffin thing that actually opens. It's a little bit small for a, I don't know if it's actually a coffin. It's a little bit small for my miniature here. But maybe it's a goblin coffin. There we go. It's a goblin coffin. Perfect. Then we've got some little guys here. This is a little crate. Very nice. And you've got a little barrel, which is, yeah, really nice looking. And the last piece is this super cool looking thing here. This is, I believe, called the Nexus of the Damned or something like that. So it's got this really cool looking portal type of thing here. That's going to be fun to paint up. It's got these big old stalag thingers. We'll just go with that. And yeah, they are, you know, they're pretty smooth, but you definitely can, when you look closely, see some of the 3D printer lines there. It's not a huge deal, and I imagine once you paint it up, it would be less obvious. But yeah, so overall, I think that you're getting less detail here than you would in a Bones material, for example. But it still is pretty good. And Bones honestly just doesn't sell much of this terrain type stuff yet. They definitely have some, and I think they're probably going to be making more. This one, I've gotten rid of most of it, but there was quite a bit of the like little wisps and hairy type things. You can still see some like down there, or like right over here. But overall, it's pretty nice looking. We set this thing down here. You can see for scale, there's not really like a great surface to set a miniature base on this thing, a level surface. But anyway, still a really cool prop, and yeah, I can't wait to bust this out on the gaming table once I get it painted up. And I'll definitely be sharing pictures on Twitter or Facebook, so make sure you're following me whenever I do get around to printing these. So yeah, overall I would say these are really nice. If you have a 3D printer, like to me this is a no-brainer. I would definitely be buying some of these if I had a 3D printer. The price of the files vary from like maybe, I don't know, $1 or something like that, up to like this one was I think $8.99. But you can get some of the bigger bundles of files that are kind of themed for $40-50, and it just comes with a whole bunch, and it's definitely a better value when you go that way. If you don't have a 3D printer, but you've been thinking about getting one, this might be just the excuse you need. It wouldn't be cheap. You know, a 3D printer is a big investment, but if you decided you really wanted to invest in 3D printed terrain, there's a lot of stuff out there, and Hobgoblin 3D seems like one of the better options for sure. If you have a 3D printer, if you know someone who has a 3D printer, maybe you can twist their arm and try some of this stuff out, because yeah, I do think it's really cool. To me, it definitely seems like kind of in between some of the like Dwarven Forge or even the Reaper Bones type of stuff. It's a step down in quality from a lot of that stuff, but it definitely makes some things possible that would not normally be possible for the average DIY crafter at home trying to craft their own terrain. Like I would have a hard time seeing somebody do something like that, for example. So yeah, overall, pretty good level of detail and really nice quality. Obviously, your quality would vary depending on your 3D printer. But yeah, if you have any questions about this stuff, feel free to leave that down in the comments below. Let me know what you think. And make sure you visit that Hobgoblin 3D link down on DriveThruRPG in the description. And yeah, that's it for this one, everybody. Take care, and you'll see me again very soon.